Everyone, Aubrey Trades here with a weekly trade recap. Now, it's a red week for me. If you've been following along with my trade recap videos, you know I took a couple of heavy losses, and we're going to dig into that. Now, let's jump right into it. Let's go over to Trader View. See recent performance. August 31st was my 2.5 times max loss day. Dig into that. Then I had another max loss day. The day afterwards, just being too emotional. Good day on September 2nd, which sort of undid some of this. But then I gave about $41 back on Friday going into the weekend. So, not great. Go over to journal. Let's see what the main situation is. ABVC Wednesday. This was just because I way oversized into everything. And yeah, so let's go to trades. We'll do start date Monday, end date Friday, filter. We'll look at bam. Okay, great. Largest losses, INQD. Over to trade here, active trader, INQD. Now, where did things go wrong? There it is. Bam. OTC chart. Sizing in real big at 267. And yeah, this just wasn't looking super great. And instead of putting a limit sell to get out at 2.7, right, which would have limited losses, I hit the flatten now button just to get the F out. And I ended up getting out. Literally, I was the bottom tick on this candle. I made this happen. So it's my own fault. My own problem. Shouldn't have been in the trade. I thought it was a good reversal bounce, but I waited too long. You know, entering here at 267. Should have kind of waited for some more consolidation. It's all right though. And this was like the worst trade of that day. Like there were way better things. So that was the biggest loss there. And I think I exited that trade specifically because I was down on something else too. Yeah, I had lost $70 on RHE, and then I was like, I just gotta get out. This is crazy. Oh, we'll look at RHE too. It's worth it. RHE taking 100 shares, being oversized on RHE. Because look at this. Look where this ended up going. 1390. If I just had, you know, some more patience, right? And then I ended up coming back here at 1270. Oh goodness. I'm sorry, 1220. So like literally the top of this red candle. And then sold 1173. Oh my god. So, you know, poo on me. And this was just breaking the rule. I had no business buying 100 shares of an $11 stock. You know, I should have before 9:45. Remember, I was talking about 9:45 or later. So I do that. I don't even have the nerve to risk, you know, low a day. I risk this 1024 range and get out at 1083 just because I saw the loss compounding. And I should have known. I should have known, like, if I was going to enter the trade, the obvious stop would have been low of day. And I would have just let it keep working. But no, I took the loss and then I re-entered and ended up taking another loss. So when that happened and then INQD wasn't working out, I was just like, ugh. I gotta get out of this. I gotta get out of this. I don't care. No matter the cost. Oh well. So let's go back and look at the trades view. What's the next biggest loss is ABVC. That was the day after I took this trade. ABVC the day after I took this trade, and I thought I would make up the loss, right? So I took 700 shares, again, an instance of being way too oversized, right? Especially here on this candle. Like, come on. You had 1, 2, 3 really great, like, parabolic 5-minute candles. And what, I thought this was gonna like flag and then go up some more? Please. Like, ridiculous. I was just looking for something to trade. I wanted to get something early and easy, and you know, I was kind of stressed out, and I had no business. I had no business being in the trade. And I mean, you know, 10 minutes later, you know, this thing hit 450, almost 460. Like, coulda, woulda, shoulda. But that's just what happens when you size in way too much, and then you're just stuck looking at the P&L, and you're so affected by all of the fluctuations. I mean, these candles have a range. Like, that's 458 and that's 417. Like, and if you're putting so much of your available buying power into one given trade, like, yeah, really dumb. Really, just really, really dumb. So, and we talked about RAG, SPRT. I can never trade SPRT, like, freaking ever. I've messed this up so many times. Let's look over here. 20 shares, probably way too much. I mean, definitely way too much. 40.61. Didn't take the profit when I could have, because I thought I was going to go higher. Ended up selling 38.17, and then I tried to get back in. So just more instances of being oversized, not setting an appropriate risk level, this, that, and the other thing, right? All lessons that I've gone over before in previous videos. So, you know, I just keep making the same stupid mistakes. And then a lot of these other ones are just over trading on Friday. So that's fine. We'll go here and look at what the best trades were. You know, one good trade, LUSI, which we went over in the trade recap. For the afternoon swizzle pattern, so it's basically like a VWAP hold high day break. You know, higher lows, higher highs, right? And then on this consolidation, this nice little structure popping up over the HMA, thought it was a good opportunity for the swizzle pattern. Definitely, you know, sold way too soon. This could have been like $200. If I held into the 90s. And my my actual thing I like to follow with this whole moving average is to technically, like, your closing signal is when the whole moving average line starts pointing down, right? So if I were to actually wait for this pattern to completely pan out, you know, you're looking at an exit somewhere around here in the 89s / 90s area. Honestly, like, when this candle opens underneath the line and starts, you know, closing beneath it, you're probably looking to get out here. If, you know, if I had patience and followed the indicators the way they're supposed to work. But whatever, good trade. BBIG, CEI, you know, BBIG was a bounce off of a support line. I like the way these work out. Now, my target was gonna be like more into this range, but I just sold early. Again, I just have the habit. But what I was playing was the bounce off of the support line, and then the confirmation move where it rechased a little bit and then started, you know, confirming its move, and I got in here at 796, right? For this move here, getting out at 799. Probably because I was afraid that this was gonna fake out. I really just got to learn to let the patterns work, though. And then CEI was the other one. Another one I sold way too soon. And I ended up giving almost everything I made off of this trade back right over here. But, 1,000 shares at 71.69 on this breakout of the trend line. And then, resistance becomes support here. Confirmation move, getting in at 71.69, which is right around here-ish on the cross of the whole moving average. Sold half, sold half. Boy, look at this. Just look at this. Ugh. Learn to let it ride. Learn to let it ride. That's the only way your wins are going to outdo your losses. So, and then I gave a lot of it back here. I thought this was going to swizzle for the end of the day. Bought on, crossing the whole moving average, higher low, higher high. Put my risk over here at the low of the formation at 85, and that's where I got stopped out. So I can't be mad at that trade. Like that, I followed the thesis. That's what I was anticipating. I had a good risk level set, and I just waited for it to work. And that's that. Now, where I got to get better, like I said, is letting the winners ride until I have confirmation that that the trend's going to be over. So those are the main trades. Yeah, there's not really much else to say. It's not like I don't know everything I'm doing wrong, right? We'll talk about Friday though. Friday was just all around pretty bad. I just gave back a lot. We'll go through, I traded APOP on Friday. I was trying to catch this reversal. This candle was green. I thought I was going to do I was aiming for the 945 dip and rip. I got stopped out at low of day, which was where I set the stop. So even though it didn't work, I wasn't mad at it. I sized in accordingly here for the kind of like rounded bottom reversal. Sold at 769 when it was kind of weakening. I was wanting this 8 range. I was thinking it was going to do the VWAP test, but we didn't really get it. And if I had held out, the reason I sold instead of waiting for it to play out some more was I had to go to work. This was 7:45. So it was just my own lifetime restrictions that kept me from holding this out. And I could have gotten, the 780s, 20 more cents, but that's maybe like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45 minutes to 50 minutes later. SPRT, small win, but then I had a bigger loss. I just gotta give up. SPRT's dead anyway. I'll do this, I'll play the next big supernova better. But 20 shares at 23.89, selling at 24. Good little pop. But loss, small puny gain. I'm just doing too much. I'm doing too much here. I was really wanting to get file it under revenge trading because I had messed up SPRT. I keep calling it sport and it's support. I had messed this up so many times on this run on the front side. And I was just kind of like, I gotta get it. I gotta get it just once. No, I don't. I don't have to get it just once. So yeah, shouldn't have done that. FBRX was a weird bounce play. I tried twice, that didn't work. I sized in right, so it was okay, and the trade just didn't work. But it had an 80% drop, so I was thinking it was gonna bounce at some point, and it probably does bounce in the coming days. It just wasn't gonna be yesterday, that's for sure. So I'll keep that. I'm gonna keep that on watch for a little bit of a bounce, but I don't know. I had no business taking that trade. We talked about CEI, IPHA. No, we'll close it out on that. Where did I lose? I don't know what happened here. 792. Oh, I just right. This was this got halted up, and I bought in at 792 because like it was staying so still and it was looking like it was gonna halt a second time. So I was trying to buy into the halt, and I wasn't expecting to get executed, but I did, and then it faded, and I was like, oh, that was we're not going into a halt right now. Whoops, sell. Just a stupid impulsive trade. And that's really the overall lesson for this past Friday was like, you know, I gotta not do so many impulsive trades. I mean, one, the obvious lesson here is like, it's risk management. I have so many examples now of my risk management system working, and then every time I have a big fat loss, it's because I don't obey my risk management system. It's because I YOLO into something with way too much size, and then I'm unable to give it enough time to play out, is usually what happens. So, you know, just further reinforcing the fact that I gotta stay by my rules. And then Friday's big lesson is like, I gotta not take so many impulsive trades. Like support, I had no business like really trading support. I knew that I was on tilt about it because I'd failed it so many times. FBRX was like not even a pattern that I know works for me. I was just like trying, and it was mentioned in a chat room, so you can file it under like don't follow other people's chat room alerts. APOP was one that I had a plan for, followed the plan, and the plan didn't work. And I did end up making back some of the loss by playing the rounded bottom reversal, so that was fine. And then, you know, B-Big was whatever. CEI was a nice trade until I tried to come back. End of day, really what it was is it was like end of day, CEI, and I was like, this might do a swizzle. I'm gonna take a chance. I'm either gonna end the day like down $40 or I'll get myself back to break even, right? And it just didn't work. You know, I ended up losing another $17. Whatever. It is what it is. Bright side is that I was able to regain my composure, you know, and Thursday take a couple opportunities that I had plans for, and I got my mindset back into a good spot. I mean, Wednesday was rough. Tuesday was even rougher. We'll go look at reports view real quick before I sign off and just look at the declining equity curve. Just so bad. Clear everything. So bad. Look at this. Ugh. For shame. For shame. You do see a slight uptrend in the winning days, though, so that's good. I got to get the losses under control. I can't keep having these max loss days. Let's go to 30 days, right? So in the past 30 days, that's one max loss. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 max loss days within the 30-day period. Unacceptable, especially considering that my gains aren't outdoing my max loss days. If these were like 7 max loss days, but I was making, you know, 60 to $100 on average, then like maybe it wouldn't matter so much. And you know, we're getting there. You know, this week I had better gains than normal. You know, we had some nice action here, but yeah, I got to get this under control. And this is just the risk management. Here you can see my P&L over the last 60 trading days, just steadily declining. and not entirely accurate because it doesn't factor in the commission aspect of everything. So if we go over to Profitly, we can see in reality we're down about $1,326.92. So not good at all. This is pretty sad and pathetic, but it is a lesson just like everything else, and I'm still alive. I still have what, $600 to $700 worth of equity that I can lose before I hang up this little experiment. And believe me, I'm not super keen on hanging up this experiment. So I gotta really like size down and cut out all of the stupid impulsive trades. Only my setup. Only my setup means OTC morning panic dip buys or the afternoon swizzle patterns for taking the gap up for the next day possibly. And that's it. Everything else, if it's like a third day surge or a listed type of setup, it's got to be super, super small risk, like $5 risk. Again, risk management. And it's not just about having a max loss. It's not about having a $100 max loss for a day. It's also about having a max loss per ticker, right? And the way that I say that I'm doing that is by allowing myself a $20 max loss per ticker now. So that means I can't just go into a trade and have $20 risk. Now I can, but that means I only got one shot to make the trade work. If I get in $5 risk, then I have a couple other shots. That's what allowed me to come back in with APOP, for example, and make back some of the losses from the first trade. So anyway, that's what's on my mind. That's a little bit of a progress report there. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks so much. Please give it a thumbs up. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Consider subscribing. Let me know in the comments down below what you are doing to improve your trading over this holiday weekend. And let me know what other type of content you want to see from this channel. I'll be back probably tomorrow with a little bit of a study sesh. I'll take a look at some potential trade opportunities I got my eye on. Otherwise, I'll be back on Tuesday for another pre-market prep session. I'm Aubrey. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.